I think we
absolutely.
have our guest back online. Miss Ife Oyebunam, good morning and welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I think the network is been crazy, but I'm here
I
now.
hope you're doing well this morning. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm doing much better. I'm just recovering from a bout of flu, so I was hoping we can do this.
Okay, Ms. Ife, thank you so much for joining us. You're Director General of the Imo Broadcasting Corporation. Good to have you. For you, as someone who's a journalist, tell us how you feel that the media has been reporting the hardship in the country.
But of course, that's the responsibility of the media. This is the country where we found ourselves in, and our jobs as media persons is to report the issues as they are. That's why you see some media organizations, people are going down to the hinterland, the market, the places where you find the people, and they're talking about what it is that they're going through. It is called feeling the pulse of the people. So I think it's a wonderful step in the right direction. The media is just doing or performing its responsibility of saying it as it is and presenting the issues before the people so that they're able to make up their minds about what it is that they should be doing.
I don't know if you can hear us. Can you hear us
Yes, I can.
clearly?
Loud and clear.
Okay, I wanted to ask, how do you think, because I know that media is actually playing a role, I think that's one of the things you mentioned, they are playing great roles, in portraying the economic issues, that people are going through right here in the country. But do you think they are doing more? They are doing more to what we supposed to do, or they are yet to do more in terms of showcasing or communicating to the government on what the state of the hardship people are facing right here in the country?
It's not the business of the media to communicate to the government. Remember that your responsibility as media is to inform, educate, and entertain the people. Of course, media should also, bring the issues to the fore. Yes, government officials get to listen to programs. They get to listen to political programs that's targeted at, having them deal with the issues that people are facing. But it's not their job to report to the authorities. Their role is to bring it forward, which is what I've said. You find people talking about the hardship they're going through. You're talking about fuel scarcity in the place where there's scarcity. You're talking about the exorbitant price that we have to pay for petrol, for diesel. I don't even know if people use kerosene as it is because of how expensive that it is. People have found other means to get to make their meal. So our job as media persons is to put the issues forward, put it on the table. The authorities will watch. The people who are involved in the thick of things will also watch, and people are allowed to make their decisions about what it is. Yes, the authorities get to focus on media organizations and see exactly what it is that they're doing as the watchdog. And yes, it will have to influence some of the policies that are going for this return to the people. So what we do as media persons is to tell the stories as it is. And I think the people are doing a wonderful job. For some people, they expect some media organizations to do the bashing and all of that. It's not your job as the media to bash anyone. Yours is to present the issues the way it is and allow, the authority to allow the law take its natural course.
How do you think that the media has reported this particular hardship? Because, again, so many persons feel that the media hasn't really done well in the reporting of some of the issues that are going on. That's the reason why the government hasn't really taken action to mitigate against the hardship. Do you think the media in Nigeria is doing justice to reporting these things? And how do you think the reporting in the media affects government's policies?
I would say again, the media is doing okay. doing its job. If you understand what I mean, you have the media that's on this side, there's another media on this other side. There are two divides to it. Some are hitting on the issues as it is. I don't want to mention names of media organizations
Yeah,
hitting
that
at
thing
the
that's
issues,
going
and sometimes
on.
stepping
What it
out of
says.
the way and
You ask questions
reaching
and you
out
can't
to
hear anything.
government as it is. And some are just there telling the issues as it should be. And as I've said, our job is to go and interview the people. It's about the realities on ground, where the people get to speak for themselves. It is not our job as media organizations to come out to hit out. Yours is to present it to say, we've gone to XYZ petrol station. This is what it is selling. And these are the people who are here to buy the product. What are you thinking? What's going through your mind? And they're talking about it. Now we keep harping on hardship, hardship, hardship. Yes, this administration, people are harping on hardship. The last administration, the Buhari administration, people were talking about hardship. You move on to the Jonathan administration, there was also hardship. You talk about the Yaradu administration, is it the Obasanjo administration? This word, hardship, has continued to feature in all of those administrations. Yes, you can say that what we're feeling now is harder as it is. Now, this road where I live, this is my house, I'm talking from my house. The road where I live, at some point, some time ago, I won't be able to do this interview here because the road here would be filled with traffic and noise all over the place. But you can see how quiet, you can hear how quiet it is. I'm able to do this interview, and it's simply because we don't have so many cars on the roads anymore. So the hardship is quite, the intensity is high now, and I tell you, the media is talking about it. If you think government is not listening, I don't want to believe that government is not listening. They are listening. They're going through it also. They have family members who are on their necks also. Because I say to people, when you're rich, if you're one rich person in a whole community of four people, you're no longer rich because they will keep sitting on you, making demands. So I tell you what, we may be on this other side and thinking that government is not doing what it's supposed to do. Government actually or ameliorates what it is that's going on. But I think we should just give it some time. It can only get better as we move on.
All right, you believe with me when you said that hardship, is consistent, has been consistent in the previous administrations. But you would believe with me that currently is as if is on the increase. The policies, I mean, the President Tinubu's policy is really telling hard on the lives of people out there. But that's not the question I wanted to ask. You work with the government media. Do you think that government there's a tide of regulation on the media by the government that makes them not to report critical issues the way it's supposed to be reported, that make them not to
Okay,
report the real issue that people are going through?
okay. So when I hear people say things like this, I'm taking aback. Yes, I work with a state-owned radio station. Nobody's gagging anybody. Nobody's stopping you from talking about the issue. You've just used the word issue, and I'm bringing it to the fore again. When we talk about issues, we need to stay away from attacking personalities. He just talked about the policies of it. I'm not a spokesperson for President Bola Tinubu. I'm not a spokesperson for government. I just work as the Secretary General of an organization. But I want to say to you that what we do sometimes is to self-regulate ourselves. Think that because the law, there's a law governing the media, talking about the NBC. It says that you cannot go on air and talk about things that can cause anarchy, cause trouble, incite the people against government. That is why you need to watch the things that you say. For instance, when I make my cameo appearance on radio or on television, I talk about issues, but I stick with the issues and I'm able to knock my listener or my caller into shape to say, you can say what you want to say without being caustic. You can be civil with the way that you put your grievance across. People have, you know, talks where they speak with the people. Government officials come out and have forums or fora where they get to speak to the people and people express themselves. But what you find today, why people say that government is gagging, is that people want to have radio or TV stations open the line where people call in and get to abuse people and say what is not true. And I do not agree with such a thing. I used to be on that side. But it took me to get in and, attain leadership position when we talk about the media, to get into management, to understand why it is not right for us to do that. So we need to stop encouraging people by saying you want to throw the lines open and people call in, and you can call in and speak about what it is you're going through. You can call in and speak about what it is that you're buying. These days I make posts and I talk about how expensive things have come. I work with the government on radio. It doesn't mean that when I go to buy something and it's expensive, I cannot talk about it. But I would allow you come on that post to come to abuse any government official. It doesn't work that way. So we need to be careful the kind of things that we encourage or the kind of narratives that we try to push, because we're supposed to be the watchdog, not people who cause anarchy in the society.
Can you hear us, Miss Ify? Are you there? Okay, if I get you clearly, I would want to know, because a few weeks ago, some people came out to, air their views and say this government is the reforms, this is how it's staring on them and all of that, and they were charged. But I want to get, at what point do you think that talking about the hard economic reforms or the hardship in the country becomes an abuse by the citizens?
When you say trash, what do you mean? I need to get a grip of what you mean by they were trash.
Charged to treason. We saw people who came out to air their views, say, and bad governors were hungry, and then we are charged to.
Who are those people? Who are those people we're talking about? I hope you're not talking about the people I see on TV who went protesting and all of that. Is that what you're talking about?
Would you come again?
You said trash. I need to know, can you give me names of people who were trashed because they came on radio or on television to express themselves and going through hardship? I'll tell you, for instance, I didn't drive yesterday. I went out. I took an Uber or Bolt, beg your pardon, to where I was going. Back. It cost me about 20.
Okay, Miss Ify, I think you are in this country, and from all our newspaper headlines, we've been seeing headlines of people. Of course, even the video is circulating in the social media of people charged, for treason. Is not a new thing. Yes, and we talked about
I don't want to
of this. So
yes,
my point I'm trying to make is, when you say people, the media has a regulation, they can come out and abuse the government. I wanted to know, at what point does it become an abuse? What should the media not say, for it not to be an abuse in terms towards the government?
When you say what should the media not say, the media can obviously not go all out to call people names and talk about things that are not true. Get me clearly. I have said to you, as a media person, your job is to present the issue. And when somebody's going, you to share. I'm not here to talk about people who go to protest somewhere and they're facing, the law as it is. If the law acquits them, that's fine. So that I don't go out and somebody's quoting me to say what matter. That's not what I'm saying. I'm here talking about the role of the media. That's the topic that I was given to discuss this morning. And I'm saying that for the media, your job is not to sit down and have people call into a program and say what is not true or peddle fake news. You can give people the opportunity to come and speak about difficult things are. That's the truth. Many don't like to hear this, but a lot of people are on radio, TV stations. What they want to do is to insult the public, and that's not right. This country, up to date, what country do we on our own? Run away to other people's countries and they will accept us with open hands. I still stand on what I say. The job of the media issues the way it is. Allow the government, give them the right of reply. When you say this is what it is that's going on, let there be pictures, let there be videos of people in the market, of people who are going through a lot, of people in the hospitals who cannot afford health care. Let the videos tell the story and give the government side the opportunity to come on and defend themselves and talk about why it is they are not doing their job. I will never be a party to people who peddle fake news or people who incite the people because they expect that they want government to come out and talk about X, Y. So that's exactly where I stand.
It seems now like as if the government is not hearkening to the pleas of even the media. What role do you think government should play, in making sure that that breach, because I believe there's a breach of communication between the media and the government. What role do you think government should play in this?
I didn't get that. All I heard is what role government should play. What
Okay, I mean to say, what role do you think the government should play, in making sure there is a smooth communication and understanding between the media and, of course, themselves, in making sure relating to the economic hardships of the people out there?
report what it is that government is doing. The government has
Miss
no
Ify,
business
are
coming
you still there?
tell you exactly how to run the business. What it needs to do is to do its own job, creating policies, executing some of these policies, and seeing to it that it gives people good governance. Our job as media person is to report what's going on, what the government is doing. Of course, when they give you free access to information, you get there, get the information, use it, present your story or your report to the people. Allow the people also make their input. And I think that way things will definitely work.
Hello, Ify, can you hear us?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so we are in the age of social media and the digital media. I mean, I've seen some of your videos on LinkedIn and quite inspiring ones that I have seen. But before I come to that, what roles do you think that social media can play in terms of reporting some of the issues that we're facing today?
So social media is doing what it is meant to do. And that's why I say to traditional media, it is either you evolve or you fizzle out. I don't like to use the VIE words, not many people like that. It's either you evolve or you fizzle out. This is exactly what it is that we've done now, talking about how to live in Nigeria. Those days, unfortunately, I guess we'll have to find a way around it. But today you can talk to anybody in any part of the world. And that means you're also involved in what it is that social media is doing. Sometimes there is a story. I gave a paper somewhere where I said to people, the media, social media is actually doing a lot of things. When something happens, that thing, that angle that the traditional media is not able to project, that's where you find the citizen journalists who are scattered all over the place when we talk about social media. They bring it to the hot spot, exactly the way that it happens. And that's going on now. So a lot of other traditional media are throwing that line, but they are toning it down, if you understand what I mean. So I think social media is living up to its image, but I pray that it doesn't cause us fear more than anything that we can ever imagine.
Okay, madam. A conversation here have been largely distorted by communications gadget here. I'm talking about the network. Network has been pretty poor, and some aspects of our communication didn't really connect properly. So hopefully, in due course, we're going to re-invite you for a broader conversation as it relates to this issue. and other issues also in the media space. But we want to say a very big thank you for your time on the show this morning, Miss Ife Onyebule.
Thank you so much. Yes, but I didn't get your name, both of you. Do you mind?
Oh, my name is Charles Pius.
And I am Belinda Nwobodo.
All right, Charles and Belinda, thank you so much. I wasn't able to see what happened right there in your studio. Hopefully something.
No, we would invite you again, really.
Yeah. All right, then. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
All right. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you. All right. So apologies for some